Hello and welcome to the Virtual Nature School. Wherever you are in the world, you are very, very welcome to be here. We're at the beginning of a new week, and that means it's a new inquiry for us to start to investigate. This week, we're going to be looking at ice. And it's not ice because it's a cold time of year. We've been stimulated to look at ice because friends in our virtual community have been talking about seeing ice as a sculpture. We've been talking about making and eating ice cream. So for us, our inquiry is going to take us off down a road of thinking about what is ice. We're going to be thinking about how we color it, how we can flavor it, how we can make up our own little ice cream parlor. So this week is full of beautiful inquiries. Let's start our day by having a look at the film. Welcome to our inquiry all around the idea of ice. So we're going to be exploring all the different things that we can find out about ice. It's an interesting thing, isn't it? Because we've got water all around us, but it can change into this wonderful thing called ice and then go back to being water. That's called a semi-permanent change. And this inquiry is going to be all around the things that we can do to ice and how we can change it. One of the first questions in our talking tub is looking at the idea of why ice is slippy. How is it that it can make things slide and slip? What is it about ice that makes that happen? So in order to do that, we're going to have to think a little bit, because normally you might experience ice when it's the winter time. And when those temperatures get very, very cold, they go down below what you call freezing. And that changes water into ice. Sometimes it changes the rain into snow. Now we're in the summertime, so it's unlikely that we're going to get to experience snow in this inquiry. But we can think about what and how to make ice. Now this is a wintry, icy puddle, and you might remember smashing these as you go for a walk. Look at all the beautiful patterns on this icy puddle and all of the bubbles of air that are trapped. Now, as I said, we can't go and smash puddles because it's too warm, but what we are going to be doing is looking at some of the things that are happening in this puddle, but we're going to be doing them using our freezers. There are places on the planet that stay cold enough for ice to be there all year round. This is called a glacier, and it's a big block of frozen water, ice that's moving down from the top of a mountain in a place called Iceland. And as you can see, there's still snow on the mountains all year round. Where we tend to live, we don't have cold enough temperatures to get ice all year round, so that's why we're going to have to use our freezers to help us in our inquiry. We are in the summer, and that means that all the leaves have come out on our trees, the grass and the plants are beginning to grow, and they're doing that because the temperature is warm, and when it's warm, it allows plants like this to grow very easily. We like ice in the summertime because it cools us down. We can put ice into our drinks. We can make things called ice cubes, and ice cubes are really interesting because they're cubes of frozen water. We can make those cubes into any shape we want, and so you'll be able to see later on in this inquiry how we can use different shapes to create ice molds and make interesting things come out of our freezers. You can have lots of ice cubes. You might have just one, but here I'm sure you can see we've got 3. But they struggle to sit on top of each other because there's something happening here to make them slip. These are cuboids, a different shape of ice, and they can stay on top of each other because it's so cold outside, something isn't happening. Now, your job today is to be scientists and to think about what is the difference between the first cube that we saw and these very, very cold cuboids. It's summertime, but for some of us, we still go to a place where there's ice. We can go to the ice rink all year round. And that's because they make those ice rinks very, very cold using giant machines like a freezer. This is called a bobsleigh run, and it's a slope that goes all the way down a run. And in a bobsleigh run, you get into a little carriage and you go down it on a sledge. Now, our challenge is going to be thinking about whether or not we can make a slip and slide using an ice cube. There's something in this picture that's important. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but there's a big clue in here about how to make your run, your ice cube, move down your slope. Some things you might find useful to help you to make your ice cube slip and slide. Well, we're going to have to make those ice cubes. And so don't forget, you need water and you need an ice cube tray to make your ice cube, first of all. And then you're going to have to think about how you can make a slope. You can use cardboard boxes or anything in your recycling box to make a really interesting ice cube slip and slide. There's a little photograph there of different rolls of paper and different surfaces that you might want to think about. However you design your ice cube slip and slide, I look forward to hearing about some of your ideas and watching some of your videos and your photographs as to how you get on.
So how interesting, isn't it, to sit there and wonder and ponder, what is ice? Well, how is it that this ice can actually be solid 1 minute and then turn to liquid water the next? It's a phenomenal thing, and I hope you've really enjoyed the film, and I look forward to hearing about all of your inquiries as you go forward during the day. Now, we have a very special visitor tomorrow on Tuesday at Virtual Nature School. Marie Todd, the minister, is going to be joining us. So I would invite you to join me live at 10 o'clock, and you can meet her and talk to her about all of your discoveries that you've made today. See you then.